Is Cuba undergoing political reform? Is Cuba experiencing political reform? This question has been on the minds of many as they observe the changes happening in the country. Cuba remains a one-party state, governed by the Communist Party, which holds exclusive political authority. Opposition parties and independent political activities are not permitted. The Cuban system is designed to maintain centralized control over political and economic life. Reforms in Cuba typically focus on improving governance efficiency and adapting to changing economic conditions, rather than altering the fundamental structure of power. In recent years, Cuba has introduced a series of legislative and policy changes aimed at modernizing its legal framework. These changes address various social and economic challenges. For instance, reforms have been made in areas such as migration, labor, information transparency, and private sector regulation. The government has prioritized updating laws to reflect new realities, like the rise of private economic actors and the need for flexible work arrangements. Key legislative projects currently underway include social security, education, sports, housing, identity, forestry, state heritage, internal migration, police services, diplomatic franchises and immunities, forms of association, state financial administration, and tourism. From the perspective of the Communist Party, these reforms are necessary steps to strengthen the socialist system and ensure stability while responding to the needs of the population. The approach taken by the Cuban government is to maintain the primacy of the Communist Party while allowing controlled economic openness and social adaptation. The reforms are not intended to introduce political pluralism or challenge the party's monopoly on power. Instead, they aim to make the system more resilient and capable of addressing contemporary issues. In practical terms, the Cuban government's agenda includes updating laws to better regulate new economic activities, protect social rights, and manage resources more effectively. For example, a new labor code is being developed to accommodate remote work and private enterprise within the framework of socialist planning. Proposed laws on consumer protection, digital development, and environmental regulation are also meant to modernize Cuba's legal system without changing its political foundations. While some analysts suggest that popular discontent, internal power struggles, or international pressure could lead to broader political change, the official stance and ongoing reforms are consistent with the goal of preserving the socialist character of the Cuban state. The government's strategy is to adapt to new economic and social realities while maintaining strict control over political life and public discourse. Cuba is indeed undergoing a process of legislative and policy reform. However, these changes are limited to areas that do not threaten the Communist Party's authority. The reforms aim to modernize and stabilize the socialist system, not to introduce political pluralism or democratic governance. This approach is seen as a way to safeguard the revolution's achievements and ensure the continuity of socialist development.